Hey everybody, how you doing? You know what? I'm sort of looking, I'm standing out here and I'm sort of thinking the light's not that great. I might actually move myself inside, so come with me for a walk. But look who joined me on the outside. Let me see if I can get her to sort of thing. So just down there is my little girl. Our little girl is Silky. She's been following me around a little bit today, which actually makes a lot of sense because there is so much energy that's happening around us at the moment. And you know, there is a lot of stuff that's happening, and the subject that I've chosen is not a particularly easy subject to discuss, because a lot of people have the difference. They have their own awarenesses of what viral energy is. Hi Heather, good to see you here. You know, viral energy is something. Hey Shimbi, hi Judy. So I'll just wait for a few people to come on, and lovely to see everybody here. And really, I want you to know right from the outside that this is not going to just be 20 minutes and just shoving something straight down your throat, because it's a very broad and it's a very deep, particular subject about viral energy. It's virus. It's the same, you know, it's the same sort of concept. I want to talk about where the viral energy comes from, where viruses come from, the information that has been given to us by our Palladian mentor Platorans, and maybe we'll bring him in as well to discuss some certain things about viral energy that maybe not today, but maybe tomorrow or one of the other days, because I anticipate speaking on the subject for 2-3 days. So just right now, if you've got friends that are suffering from sort of what seems to be a sudden onset of attack in their physicality, of temperatures, of nausea, of just their body destroying itself, just eating itself up from the inside out, you share this over and you get them onto this, because, and invite them onto this particular live today and tomorrow and the next day, because this is something that affects everybody. Nobody is immune to it until such time as they go, no, and they put a full stop there, and they hammer that nail in the door and say, this is not going to happen to me anymore. I mean, thinking about what I want to say, and as you can see, I'm a great note taker. Are you making notes, people? So I'm going to be taking the notes off as I'm going through them. So just really grateful for those of you that are on board at this particular moment and watching. So let's just get straight into it, because we've got 20 minutes. And what we are talking about today is the viral energy, how it affects us. Hi Melissa, great to see you here. Now, viral energy, I am not talking about disease or dis-ease in totality, they can sort of come up, and we are, how can I put it? You know, sometimes you're going to see it in your own energy, your own physicality. Old dormant sort of things, patterns and traumas that you thought had been dealt with, all of a sudden just surfacing up, and you're flushing and you're heated up, and every part of your body is like saying you've got flu, you've got this, you've got that. But in your mind, you know you're the healthiest you've been for a long time. So why is all the symptoms happening? You're going to have these sort of trackers in you all of a sudden seeming to register. Okay, and when I say trackers, I'm being very, very real here. A lot of us, in fact, I would say most humans on this planet, have at some time in their life, and one of their lifetimes, been interfered with by off-planetary beings that have, should we say, not treated us with the best of intent. Okay, and they have placed markers or trackers in us, implants, whatever word you want to call, and these allow them to trigger certain things inside of you that you would perhaps not normally do to another person, or you would not normally allow to happen to yourself. Okay, because it all affects a chemical imbalance within yourself. I am not a medical person. I bring information through. I allow myself to be a transmitter, and I just allow this information to flow through. But today is not a day where I'm just going to hit you with a problem and give you a solution. I'm going to hit you with a problem. I'm going to start talking about a solution. Tomorrow we're going to continue, and the day after that we're going to continue. So please don't leave today thinking, well, where did this all go? What else do I do? Because it is going to continue for the next couple of days. So viral energy, what is it? Well, obviously, let's look at a virus. Okay, virus attacks us in our immune system. It comes up, it brings things up in our body. We run temperatures, we go to the doctor, we have blood tests, and we have all these sort of things happen. And they go, oh, we don't know what it is. It must be a virus. We can't actually give you any medicine for it, but drink plenty of water, take an aspirin, call me in the morning, so to speak, okay? And I don't mean to mock the medical society. I've appreciated them for numerous things in my own life. They've saved my life more than once. Burst appendix when I was younger, the thyroid problem that was slowly destroying my body. But yes, that was all pre me knowing what I know now. So I do have a lot of respect for the people who have done medical training and actually assist so many of the people in the world with their medical knowledge. So please hear me. I am not dissing them. What I am speaking about is an energetic virus, an energetic consciousness that is coming in, and it is attacking the people of this earth, the people of this world, in a viral way. And it is what it is doing is what I've noticed is there are more and more people presenting of symptoms of flu. They're being drained. They feel like their energy has been sucked out of them. They are presenting with anemia. They are presenting with all sorts of different internal immune system breakdowns. All right. And what's happening is their body is presenting in the natural human formation that something is attacking them, something is destroying them from the inside out. And in a word, it's a viral energy. All right, now, where do the viral energies come from? They come from off-planetary. We never, on planet Earth, if we go back in our sort of lifetimes, with first, or what we call original human, there was no viruses. Yes, bacteria is a different thing. A bacteria is a very healthy thing to have. It helps us build our immune system, etc., etc. But when something comes and destroys our immune system, that is when we have to look in a different dimension, in a different realm, to what we understand to be in our healing aspect, okay? So why I'm talking about this? I am talking about it because I've had so many people come recently to Heather and myself looking for assistance, looking for help with viral infections in their body, things that have been dealt with all of a sudden, raising up, becoming, presenting more and more with symptoms, with pain, with body breakdown, mental breakdown, emotional breakdown. And these are all the areas that happens with a viral infection, okay, of a, and I want to call it a extraterrestrial viral energy, because it's not earthbound, okay? This has been put on our planet thousands, if not millions, if not billions of years ago, by entities, and I don't really like that word. I think we need to reinvent that word and relook at it, but that's a different time, okay? So forgive me if I use that word without really, yep, so anyway, let me carry on. So it's been dumped on this planet by Anunnaki, by other different species that have come to our planet, and really just deposited the shitload of crap on our things. I'll give you an analogy. When the Spaniards went across to the Americas and they conquered the Americas, they took with them smallpox, they took with them all of these different bacterial diseases, and they wiped out generations of people. Okay, and the same way, when other species have come to our planet, they have brought with them viruses that are just bacteria on their own planet, and energy that surrounded that, and they've deposited on our planet. Now, that has had an effect with us. So what does it do? You get illnesses. As I said, you've got sudden onset of this flu type thing. You're tired all the time. You've got no energy. You have the sense of being lost. Who the hell am I? I knew who I was yesterday. I've woken up. I just don't know who I am today. I've got nothing. Nothing makes sense to me anymore. I look at what I'm doing. I look at what I'm creating. I look at my calling. I look at my purpose, and it doesn't fit me anymore. It's just broken. All right. So all of this is happening, and you just feeling this. You keep getting this urge. I've got to go and get healed. I've got to go get healed. I've got to go onto another healing table. I've got to go to this healer. That didn't work. Got to go to this healer. That didn't work. Got to go to this healer. That didn't work. And so you're pulling your energy's being pulled in so many different ways, and nothing seems to work. It's because a viral energy needs to be attacked from the inside out. And I use the word attack because you have to take responsibility for what's going on. Now remember, I am giving you a very broad spectrum at this particular moment. Hi Janine, great to see you here. What's happening at this particular moment is that I'm setting the stage for the next couple of days. I'm setting the stage for things that we're going to cover. And I would love you to put in the comments, either now or afterwards, if you have to rewatch this, then rewatch it, where the viral energy is coming into our world. It is connecting with and breaking down the workers of light. It's connecting in and trying to break down the workers of energy. And yes, I'm saying workers of light and workers of energy because I refuse to use the terminology light workers, because I do not agree with what's happening in the community so much with things that are happening. And so I'm starting to change. I'm looking at myself and I say that I am a worker of light. I work with light to achieve something. I work with energy to achieve something. But that's a different subject, okay? But I just wanted to bring clarification. All right, so what else? Okay, this viral energy starts to create within you a... yes, I agree, Heather. It attempts to stop you. So what happens is your mind starts to over process. It starts to think. It starts to begin to get busy. And hi, Sabrina, nice to see you here. As you're beginning to sort of like, as I say, 1 minute you go to bed and you're feeling strong, you're feeling absolutely on fire, life's good, everything's working, you're ticking the boxes and it's really going well. You wake up the next morning and you're tired, you feel lost, your drive's gone. If you were to give yourself a name of what's happening, you say, oh, I've got flu. Why have I got flu? But I feel good. But inside of you, something's happening. You might go for blood tests. You might find that those blood tests show that you've got an immune deficiency, or something's happening to your immune system where your body is destroying itself. Or is it destroying yourself, and there's something else there? All right, so there's all of this thing where there's this constant need to be fixed by other people. You put yourself from one table to another, trying to find somebody who can wave a magic wand and fix you from this feeling, this viral energy that you're feeling. Now, I want to show you something. When I was working with people, what's been happening. I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to see if I can. All right, so this is what I've been shown is the viral energy that is attaching itself to our blood. All right, so it's actually penetrating into our red blood cells, and it's literally creating a physical outwork. It's creating a physical symptom in our bodies with our immune system, and our immune system is going, what the is going on, and it does not know how to fight it. So it starts to destroy itself because it's thinking, I need to attack this, I need to heal this, I need to get rid of this in the body. But what's actually happening is this virus, the energy of it is mutating your own energy to stop you from going forward. It's trying to put the brakes on you. It's trying to prevent you from doing what you're called to do, so that you take a back seat, that you don't get engaged as much, and you walk away from everything, and you get further and further and further and further away from what is actually important to your life, to your calling, to what is connecting into you. And what happens is you find that communities break down. You find that people that were once really close no longer connect with each other. You find that people who spoke nothing but truth to each other avoid each other because they don't know what to say, because there's this thing that's in between them. It's like this vibration. It's like this viral thing that's in front of them, and they can't break through. It's this viral energy, this virus from outer space. I'm going to call it the outer space virus, okay, has come in, and it's attacking the workers of energy, the workers of light, to stop them in their tracks of what is happening. Now, how does it affect us? Points to consider, and I want you to listen to this. I want you to think about it, and I want you to start to communicate back your thoughts, your perceptions, because this is going. I want to talk about this over the next couple of days, and I'm here on my own today. Heather is dealing with some other stuff, and she's going to join me on the other lives. But we're going to go really deep into this, and we're going to start looking at it from a spiritual aspect, from the aspect of knowing who we are at the higher conscious level. We're going to look at it from the physical level. We're going to look at it how it affects our physicality, what we can do at that sort of level, and then as a community level, as the oneness level of how we can counteract this. So again, today is just a prelim. It's me hitting you with all of this information and say we are going to find a solution. Hang in there. There is something that's coming up, but it is going to be a little bit longer than just a 20-minute chat. So how does it affect us? It affects us. We get distracted. All of a sudden, our mind just keeps getting scattered. It's scattershot. It's like the old effect of having the shot, like a shotgun, and you've just got this effect as it goes out. And you can't grab your thoughts and actually get them on paper anymore. You stand up and you got to do something. You go, what was I doing? You go back to doing something else, and you think, I should be doing something else. And your mind just can't focus on what it is that you know you need to do. Fear. There seems to be more and more fear being spoken about at the moment. And what happens is, yes, I know that there's natural things in our lives, and fear is triggered, and this thing and that thing as we work on. We have events happening at a social level, at a national level, and it can trigger fear. But I'm not talking about that fear. I'm talking about this deep internal fear that happens to pop up into us and prevent us from going forward, prevent us from taking that step of faith, prevent us from actually looking at what we need to deal with, what we need to work with. It feels like, Heather, agree, it feels like we're hit constantly in the energy, and sometimes mentally and emotionally. We just get one thing after another that is like, it's like decapitating us, shooting out our kneecaps. We just feel like, what's the use? Why do we need to do this? Why should we even care? Why do I even try? All of these thoughts start coming in. Gossip's another one. It's like, hey, have you heard such and such? And it's like done in love. All right, bullshit. When you gossip about somebody, you're gossiping to hurt. All right, I'm calling BS on that. All right, if you're going to help somebody by talking about them, you go get that person, you say, sit down, I've got these 3 people here, these 4 people here, we want to help you, we want to talk about this, and you're here because we are concerned about you. And it's not a bitch session, it's a healing session. So gossip is another one that we need to look at. All right, I covered the community thing a little bit earlier on. People, and when I talk about community, I'm not talking about your neighbors, and I'm not talking about, the online communities, etc. I'm talking about real life friendships. I'm talking about the community that you form over years with people, and all of a sudden something happens, and there's this friction, and there's this diabolical tearing apart over misunderstandings of things that have been said and done. And that needs to be looked at, all right? These are all the different layers of where this viral energy attacks. And this viral energy is something that is very, very, very subtle. You don't always notice it because it comes across, and you sort of like, you sort of, firstly, the symptoms, as I said, feels like flu symptoms. You feel sick in your body and all the rest of it. But what about the viral energy that doesn't present as a physical outcome? It doesn't present in a way of being ill or physically unwell. What if it's that subtlety of just in the mind? When you start looking at a person, you start, you working with a person, all of a sudden this little thought, they're not pulling their weight. They're not doing what I asked them to do. They're not. And instead of actually addressing it right there and saying, hey, Joe Blogs, look, and you talk about it, it's a mental cycle, and eventually that mental cycle in the brain starts to drop down into the heart area, and you start to get all this churning inside of you, this emotional stuff, and then it blurts out, and it's 5,000 times worse than what it could have been if you just stopped, breathed, and gone, okay, this thought in my head is getting over, and I need to deal with it. All right, so the best way for a viral energy attack to come in on us as humans today is in these areas. First of all, it's going to come in physical. Why? Because our physical body is our temple. Our physical body is the place where we actually work and live all the time. All right, our environment affects our physical body. Our, we can go through. Look, there are people, I've done it myself, and I'm sure plenty of people out there who they tap into their healing, and they can go through year after year after year of not being sick. And then all of a sudden, they just take their concentration. We just shift our view as it goes, and boom, we get a side swipe, and we're ill, and we're in bed, and it's like, what the blazes is going on here? And we suddenly realize it's not just natural illness. It's not just a natural flu. There's something else riding it. And when we go into it, we realize it's a viral infection. That's not just a viral that is a normal virus infection that we get and everybody else gets, but there's an energy attached to it. And it's that energy that's sucking on us. It's that energy that's draining us. And so when you find that you're feeling anemic, you feel that you've got no iron, you feel that your energy level has been removed from you, that you've literally got nothing to give, and you are just sitting, and you're literally like that lump on a log, that you need to do something, you need to get up and actually action something, but you've got no physical, mental, and emotional energy to do anything, that's when you turn around and you call out for help, because that is a viral energy that is attacking you at your physical level. It's draining your blood. It's draining your energy. There's something sucking you. And if you can't see it, if you are, no matter how, I mean, like there are times I will put my hand up and I say, there's something here, I can't see it. And I go and I get help from somebody that I trust. And what you need to do is you need to understand that there are times where you will need to ask for help. There are other times where you will be able to spin the sword of truth and you will be able to sever those cords. And it's easy as. There's a lot of stuff that you can do for yourself. And as we go through these next couple of days, you'll see the easy stuff that you can do. And then you'll see the other things that you need to maybe ask for help with. But one thing I'm going to ask you all, and it's an assumption on my part, it's a great thing on my part to do this, all right? And I don't want you to be offended by it. I want you to stop putting yourself on the tables of healers that you don't have a relationship with, or who just say, oh, I can fix this. Because truly, the only healer that can heal you is you. All the others of us who say we work with energy and we can work with the healing energies, that's just it. We work with. We do not wave a magic wand and heal a person. And if that is offensive to you, I make no apology, because that is the way I've been trained. And that's the way I've heard not just one or two or three energy workers use that terminology. I've heard lots of people, but I still hear others, many others say, oh, I've got this healing, I've got that healing, and I can heal you. And if that's the case, then why are you still putting yourself on healing bed after healing bed after healing bed, looking for that infinite and finite healing? You are your own healer. Yes, you can work with others to assist you to pull in all of those bits that you need. And that is a privilege and an honor to work with people like that. But I'm going to ask you to really, really, really look at who you are allowing to connect into you at this moment. Because there's a lot of beautiful people out there, and there's a lot of people out there who are just starting out on their journey and don't know what they're doing. And I'm not talking protection, I'm talking conscious connection with yourself and knowing what you're doing. If I came up to you and said, oh, I've got an old prescription, I don't need it anymore, do you want it? It's for cold, it's for this, it's for that. Would you seriously take that prescription from me and actually put it in your own body when it was prescribed for my body, but it's prescribed for my DNA? No, you wouldn't. But yet we will jump on other people's tables and allow them to put energy in us and attach energy to us when we don't actually know what they're doing. They could be speaking light language over us, or universal tongue, or whatever it is. And if we don't know what they're attaching to or what's attached to them, that is coming straight into us. And unfortunately, there are some people out there in the world that are not for our highest good. And viral energy will come in through whatever means it can. And I know that last bit that I've given you is a slap in the face. And a lot of people will find that offensive. They'll unfriend me. They'll tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. And you know what? I honor that. I respect that of you. And I totally get that. But I ask you, before you go off in a hissy fit and all that sort of stuff, if I've pressed a trigger, ask yourself, why is that trigger being pressed? I've had people come to us and ask us for help time and time again. And I've actually got to the point where I said, why are you here? I can't wave a magic wand. If you want healing, you have to start the process in your own inner self, your own inner construct. And that's where, with the viral energy, we have to go. We have to go within. What are the implants? What have we taken on board? Is it something that we've brought from lifetimes? Is it something that's coming in this lifetime? And sometimes we don't know, but we just know that there's something there we need to disconnect from. Viral energy is something that is very, very crafty. And it wraps itself around us, and it becomes so much. Hi Louise. This viral energy just becomes part of our everyday life. It metamorphosizes into our everyday concept of consciousness. It becomes a crystallized attachment to us. It's always been there. And I'm going to ask you to really start looking at yourself. If you have been going through, and it might not just be in the last 24 hours, it could be in the last 6 weeks, it could be in the last month or two, and there will be some of you that may find that this is going to, because it's here, and there's something here in the energy. And yes, we've got some wonderful equinox energy coming through this door. I felt it the other day. I just felt there's this beautiful doorway that has just opened up, and it's just waiting for us to walk through with the energies and the downloads, and that's wonderful. And I'm walking through it, and I'm doing, but I'm also very conscious that there are other energies around at the moment that are distracting us from our true purpose of where it is that we need to be and where we need to go. So as I said, it's only a 20-minute, at the max 30 minutes talk today. I'm laying foundation. I'm putting the challenge out there. I'm taking a wet fish, and I'm maybe slapping a couple of you around. And I'm not meaning it to be rude or offensive, but I do want to get your attention. And because we are going to take this tomorrow, and we're going to go deeper, and we're going to go the next day, and we're going to cover it as well. But really and truly, if I've said anything that resonates with you, comment on it. Tell me how. Tell me what you identify as this viral energy, how it affects you, how you see it manifest in your life. We can talk about it. If I've offended you, say, hey, I don't agree with it because it does. But give me a reason why you don't agree. Give me don't just go, oh, you're full of BS and I don't agree with you. Tell me why. Let's talk, because this is what this format's all about. This is the format to dislodge this energy of viral energy in ourselves, in the community of workers of light, and the community of our planet. Because now is the time to make changes. So if this has been something that you've sort of like resonated with, or been challenged with, or want to get a wet fish and slap me around with it, I want you to just communicate with me. Come back tomorrow. We're going to do part 2. And if there's anybody that wants to join us live and be pulled in and give examples of how they've been dealing with this viral energy and what they've taken steps on how to dislodge it from them, and how maybe their discovery can help others, please private message me and say, yes, I'd love to do it, and this is why I want to do it. I'm not just going to ask anybody to come on just for a time of talking. There's got to be truth in what you're saying, and how that truth is going to be a key for somebody else to unlock their freedom. And yes, Lise, it is wake-up calls. It is time to wake up in a lot of different areas. So that's all there is for me today. I really appreciate those of you who have come on board, who have listened to my mumbling and bumbling around today. I know I've been speaking fast. I'm really passionate about this. I see it affecting so many people, and we've had clients, we've had friends, we've had family members, we've had, I've got people all over the place, and they've been speaking to me about this. So this is why I'm talking. So thank you for being with us, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. It's Louise. It is Cosmic. Have a brilliant day.